be at the end scene. I recall.
And here we go with the start of episode 8, the final episode for season 1. And as you can see, in the very beginning in Vox's room where he spies on everybody, you can see that the cannibals are being taught how to kill the angels, where their most deadly points to where the points are for the best deadly hits. You see Nifty, all of them getting ready to fight, to prepare. They're cheering up. They're getting their guard up, and of course, then you have Vox. He comes in. He's finding it hilarious. He thinks they're all gonna die. This is a whole fruitless venture. And he just can't help but laugh at it. And then, of course, as you can see, once again, you have so beloved cannibal Susan that I, of course, am being sarcastic about in case anybody...
Susan, that bitch.
Well, at least in season 2, I love how she's brought her up again in season 2.
Yes, by putting her under. But I digress.
And of course, you see Cherry Bomb and Angel Dust sparring with each other, getting ready to go. And of course, Vox keeping an eye on his Alistair, the one man who lives rent-free in his head for some unknown reason.
The bar is pretty shitty. They don't even have Sazerac.
As well as Vaggie and Charlie, of course. They're just Charlie making a stupid little face. I guess she's happy because she's seeing how well everybody's doing. And then, of course, Vox gets a close-up of Alistair. I swear, he must have a thing for you.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No. Poor thing.
Poor Vincent.
You shouldn't have said Vincent. That's a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. Everybody knows his name.
Okay, for those watching, spoiler, season 2, Vox's real name is Vincent.
Everybody knew his name was Vincent long before season 2. There's a lot of community information that is public.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
I only knew that, all I knew was that as far as sinners go in hell, you were the first and only one to actually keep your original name.
Now, well, usually over time, you want to disassociate from your mortal life, and so you adopt a new name.
Yeah, however, you were too proud.
Well, of course, I wanted to be here. I needed to be here.
Of course, now I want to know your last name.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know my last name? Shall I go ahead and wow the audience, ladies and gentlemen, and reveal my last name? I
know it's not altruist.
No, altruist, absolutely not. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you're listening in to the fine folks at home. My last name is... Did you get that?
Fuck you. I hate you sometimes. So, as you can see, Vox is particularly interested in Alistair, who is also getting ready for the fight, and surprisingly is also not blurred up on the TV like he usually is.
And that's because I know I was being watched.
And then, of course, Charlie's up in front of this, in front of the hotel, thinking to herself, okay, well, they look ready, but am I ready? And she and Vaggie are, discussing, maybe does she think she's second guessing as towards whether or not everybody is ready, because she said that, they look ready, I look ready, but I'm still not quite too sure. And Vaggie is there to reassure her, of course. And Serpentius pops out of nowhere, saying he's here and ready to assist. And Vaggie, of course, she's not too happy with his outfit. She's more along the lines of, what are you supposed to be? And Charlie says, I love your outfit.
Captain Grunge.
Exactly. But in his mind, he is General Pentius, which doesn't really make any sense. But Nifty says, basically, Nifty is admiring. She goes, is there anything I can do? And he goes, well, yes, there is. You can make a moat around the hotel and create a wall, a fortified wall, which is confusing the hell out of Nifty, because we all know Nifty.
Nifty is not an architect. Nifty knows two things: stab and scrub.
Nifty knows two things. Killing is fun.
That's one thing. What's the second?
Yes. I was just about to say, killing is fun, and killing angels is even more fun.
Mm-hmm. I like stab and scrub.
But yeah, she has no idea what the hell he's talking about. So Charlie decides to make it simple. See this knife? Take it and stab any angel you see. And of course, Nifty takes it a little bit too literal. She takes it a little bit too literal. Sees angel dust, of course, his name, Angel, and takes it to immediately heart and thinks, oh, okay, angel dust, angel, stab, he must be stabbed. And she goes right after him, chasing him up a pole. And it is here where Vaggie, gives her speech of inspiration, saying, we're going to do the best that we can. Who's ready to kick some ass? Hell's going to wish they never came down here. And in the meantime, once again, we have Vox just, I would say minding his own business, but he's not, because he's spying on everybody. And he's just enjoying the show, 100%. And then, of course, we have Cherry and Angel messing around, being buddy. Charlie, she's also, once again, cheering everybody on. She's saying, who's ready to do this? We're all ready. We're ready to go. We're going to show heaven.
You're going to die.
We're going to show heaven what we're really made of. And in case we don't, and in case we all die, then go live tonight like you're not going to see tomorrow. And everybody's smiling, because she's then goes on to continue saying, I love you all. It's been an honor meeting you. And I think that smile right there, I think pretty much right there, Alistair, you don't give two shits what she's saying.
What was your first clue?
The eyes.
We have a winner. Tell her what she's won, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new? Well, it's not a car.
And so everybody is, they're touched. Of course, Cherry Bomb, she's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Let's get over with it. And so she once again says, so go out, live tonight like it's your last night. And Nifty
That's
just
Nifty's
says,
default mindset.
yeah, yay, we're all gonna die. That is exactly what Nifty shouts. And of course, everybody's inside. Not everybody, but the group is inside, having a good few drinks, toasting, saying, here's to not dying tomorrow, which is ironic considering...
Foreshadowing.
Yes, foreshadowing. And then, of course, you have Alistair and Nifty up on top watching everybody. And
keeping
Nifty's
an eye at the layabouts, that's right.
And Nifty's saying how much she likes everybody because they don't mock her for everything that she does. And they like her for who she is. And Alistair says that, yes, it is very nice to see it. It almost makes one sentimental. And of course, she comes over and just drops a random crown on top of him made out of cockroaches and twigs.
The Roach King.
Yes. And dubs him the Roach King. And he says, oh, Nifty, I wonder what goes inside that little mind of yours. And then together they have a nice little laugh. Of course, Angel Dust and Husker, now drinking buddies, unlike earlier in the season, talk about what they intend on doing in the future, as well as what they intend on doing at the moment. And Sir Pentious, he goes up to Cherry Dust to confess his love.
But of course he's so bad at it.
He's a pussy. But he fails and runs off. So Angel Dust comes over to Cherry Dust to try and, put in a good word for him by saying, he has 2 dicks. And and of course, that grabs her interest. So I guess it just goes to show how she likes it. And then, of course...
Urge to reference a song title intensifies, but I'll hold my tongue.
But this is how we see how things in Hell are handling right now. Everybody's getting ready. They're having the time of their life. They're preparing. But then, of course, move on to part 2, where we see how Heaven is doing. And of course, you get your wonderful point of view of Heaven. There we go. And you have Adam with all of his exorcists all lined up, ready to go, and he's cheering them on.
And then Lude, being the fucking goblin that she is, takes it way too far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A fucking goblin.
So he's riling them up, asking them, who's ready, who's ready, who's ready, who's ready. And he's asking them, do you remember Vaggie? And they're all saying, yeah, we remember her. She needs to die. Yeah. And they're getting extremely violent. And yes, and
will she ever clean her uniform? So
I doubt so. But yeah, even she's and she's starting to get into it too, saying quite a few vulgar things about that she wants to do to Lute. I mean, not Luke, but what she wants to do. To Baggy, yes.
To
Things
the
that she
point
wants.
that Adam's like, "Hey there, teacher tits, calm down."
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, what? And so once again, he's getting his girls riled up. He's telling them, for anybody who brings me Baggy's head, they'll get 10,000 heaven dollars, if that even exists. So
to say, what does heaven need with the money?
Yeah, exactly. So he then exactly, yeah, and then so he sends forth his girls, and they all go flying off like the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz.
This is how Stark of Iron feels when he plays his angel deck.
And of course, Lute grabs her sword and, feeling overly dangerous, takes off. While in hell, everybody's ready. They're nervous, but they're still ready. They have their plan. And they're just
Can we
waiting.
make note on the weapons of choice for Charlotte? She even just uses a shield. She doesn't have an offensive weapon until later. It's like she shows reservation even in the face of death. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to lead from the front, and I don't want to get hurt either. So I'm just gonna be Captain America and pack this big shield around."
She's Captain Apple America.
Pretty much.
Because you can see her shield is in the shape of an apple.
Might have got that from her other father. And carrying on.
The Short King.
Yes, pint-sized. Duck season.
So everybody's ready and waiting, especially Nifty, as you can see. She's ready to kill. She
is, as the kids would say, locked
in. Yeah. Meanwhile, you got Pensius, who's a little bit scared, while everyone else is like, "Oh yeah, we're ready. We're gonna do this."
Because Pensius isn't behind a wall of reinforced steel.
And then, of course, we have Vox and his buddies, Valentino and Velvet. They could obviously care less, as you can see. They're on their phones. They couldn't give two shits, whereas Vox is really the only one who cares. He got his popcorn ready because he wants to see Alistair, as well as all the other cannibals and the princess and all them. He wants to see them all die because, as far as he's concerned, they are idiots.
Idiots that he has such an obsession with, because these idiots are his competition.
So they come through. Baggy yells to charge, and there they are. There's the angels coming right on in, flooding on in. Followed by Adam and Lute. And they are that's a lot of angels.
That's a lot of loot. Not L-U-T-E, but a lot of angelic silver that we end up getting at the end of this.
Yeah, so everybody charges, the fight begins, angels come down, and there is you, or what would you like to say?
Yours truly!
I knew you were going to say yours truly. Waiting for...
to do the heavy lifting.
To do the heavy lifting, yes, because you really do also do most of the heavy lifting in this episode. Which is really sad because it does not get acknowledged, not even in season 2.
I know, some people, they're just too jealous that I happen to be the most powerful sinner in all of hell. Oh well.
You're just not powerful enough to take on an archangel. You are at the end of the day, you are a sinner. Sinners cannot beat an archangel.
Not listening.
Anyways, so he is waiting for he's waiting for the angels to finish coming through, and therefore brings out his shield.
Wagon. That's right, the welcome wagon.
Yes, the welcome wagon. He brings out the shield, the welcome wagon. And Luke points out that they have a shield, and Adam's like, no shit.
No shit, Danger Tits!
And of course, they're wondering, just how many are getting killed so fast. Well, there's your answer. Alistair's eldritch tentacles each have axes made from angel steel. And of course, they're doing quite a bit of damage. And then you have everybody inside the shield doing their bit of damage with the angels and the shield trapped.
The ones that got through. Mm-hmm.
Yep, the ones that got through, they're trapped, being killed, whether they like it or not. And so far, it looks like things are doing well. It looks like things are on their side. Until Adam
basically goes full Saitama and just one punches the whole effort, yeah.
Yes, he takes down the entire shield. Because he is, of course, greeted with Alistair.
Ah, Adam, first man, next to die.
Yes, he takes down the shield. He's greeted with Alistair. He and Alistair get into a wonderful little fight. I would have loved to have put it in, but unfortunately, reasons. And out of the great big fight, well, Adam, say it again, sweetie.
Adam, first man, last to die.
There you go. And he meets him.
Sloppy.
Vox is excited because, the shield's down. Now real action's going to begin. So then that's when he is met with Alistair. Alistair says, I'm here to fucking kill you. And Adam, of course, immediately starts insulting his voice.
You're sloppy.
And Alistair is trying to tell Adam that, he, more than anybody, should know, while dodging at the attacks at the same time, what a human spirit is capable of. And he goes, you lack talent, you lack this, you lack that, and most of all, you're sloppy. And goes into this danger mode, bringing all his little puppets and everything. And of course, Adam, not paying attention, gets a tentacle wrapped around him. Alistair throws him.
I didn't know where this is going.
And Alistair, just having a blast, throws him into a sign. And yeah, you can tell he's just having fun.
And having all the fun. Lots and lots of fun. It's a pity it doesn't last.
Yes, because after being thrown into that sign, Adam gets pissed off, enlarges his guitar, and slices Alistair's microphone staff in half. Which which drastically changes the amount of power that you have.
That's right. I think it went a little bit like this. Fuck.
And as soon as he realized, no sooner does he realize his staff is broken, does Adam come in for a kill. Now, he doesn't kill Alistair, but he does get in a near fatal hit.
Straight to the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
And of course, Vox, he's overjoyed to see this. He's thinking, yes, he's finally gonna die. He's finally gonna die. This is fucking better than sex. When, unfortunately for Vox, Alistair has no intention of dying anytime soon. So though
No,
he
I
would,
have a friend here that'll help things out for the future. That's right.
so admitting that admitting defeat, he does say, you know, that radio is not dead, but this broadcast is over, and his sentient shadow grabs hold of him and takes him away, and they disappear. With Adam replying, "Bye, bitch." And leaving off a very, 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 very pissed off Vox.
Womp womp.
Because because he's all sad because
He's actually secretly excited that I survived. But more on that later.
Yes. And all of a sudden, the tides have turned into Heaven's favor. And Charlie doesn't understand why. And then she thinks, she sees that Adam is being able to do all this kind of stuff. And then she thinks, oh no, did something happen to Alistair? No, oh my God, did Alistair die or anything like that? No, none of that. It's just, did something happen? Like I'd love to smack her. Because she is, I'd have to say, in the entire series, she is the most annoying character.
She's obviously the easiest to fuck with, that's for sure.
She is the dumbest and most annoying.
I don't even know why I partnered with her. Don't mind me, getting a drink.
And so, seeing that Adam is having, seeing that everyone is having problems, yes, and Adam is now able to take out more people than needed now, seeing how everybody's a little bit fucked. He decides he needs to do something. So sadly, he realizes he realizes what he needs to do is going to cost him his life. So he says farewell to Cherry. He says farewell to Cherry Bomb, tells her he loves her. Hops into his death machine.
There you go. There's the reinforced steel he was looking for.
Mm-hmm. And gets and everybody's like, no, don't do it. And he's right behind Adam, about to fire his death ray. Adam sees him. Goodbye.
Hashtag deleted.
Exactly.
Not killed. No evidence. Straight up deleted.
And then, of course, everybody on the ground sees it. They're horrified. They're sad. Charlie collapses. They're all in mourning. However, that's not even just the tip of the iceberg, because Adam did what he did. Charlie decides to go Super Saiyan.
Super sad lesbian. I thought super pooper scoopers were just legend.
She's not a lesbian, though. In season 2, she says she's bi.
It's a reference.
Nah.
It's a reference to an Oni cartoon.
Forget you. I don't care. Anyways. So, after her little Super Saiyan transformation with her dragon and stuff, her weapon finally appears.
The only redeemable part of this annoying character is she will go full psycho mode whenever her friends are fucked with.
Razzle and Dazzle have gone from bite-sized little dragons to full-on, we're gonna wreck your ass if you come near us. And she hops on top of Dazzle she hops on top of Dazzle, heads on up, and Adam and Loot start mocking her, saying, "Oh, look who's coming up now. Looks like we hit a soft spot." And Vaggie hops onto Razzle to go up and help Charlie. However, Loot wants to take down Vaggie, so she flies down, kills Razzle, causing Razzle to fall to the ground, taking Vaggie with him. And this is where we start our fight with Loot versus Vaggie. Cat fight.
The traitor versus the extremist.
Yes. Traitor versus Goblin.
The battle of... They're both quite goblin-y. They're
So-
very, very goblin-like. Very spindly, stringy even.
So one with a sword, one without any weapons. So of course, we're gonna see where this heads up. Loot just begins to beat the shit out of Vaggie. And Vaggie unarmed is she's not doing so well. Like I said, she's unarmed, she's at a disadvantage. Meanwhile, Loot is able to block every move that
Well,
Vaggie has made.
Loot also snorted a couple of rails of coke before she started the fight. You saw how crazy she was up there during the hype speech.
Yeah.
She's definitely riding on some sort of fentanyl. Psycho bitch.
She's
Carry on.
she's definitely tweaking on something. But she's just beating the shit out of Vaggie, bashing her face in against the table. Not fun.
Yeah, manhandling her, yeah.
And of course, Charlie sees this from up on high while she's sitting on Dazzle. She decides to go help her, but boom! Hello, Adam appears and bitch slaps her off of her dragon and into the cyan that Alistair had tossed him into earlier. Which, of course, just pisses her off even more. Smart move, dude. And he begins...
I hate that expression. There's another scene that we can't talk about where the exact same face was made. Oh.
I believe that was episode 6.
No, episode 4 of the next season at the very end. That same expression.
Oh, I didn't...
you know what I'm talking about. Oh, God.
Oh, yes. Episode 4. The only good episode of season 2.
I hate that smug expression.
But, yes, so he doesn't understand why Charlie is trying so hard to protect the sinners, the residents in hell. And she goes, "These sinners are my family." And so he makes fun of her, saying, "These sinners are my family." And in anger, he's like, "These sinners are my family. Can you hear yourself?" And she just immediately, in a very pissed off move, just stabs him.
Oh, yes.
In the shoulder, which completely catches
Gets
him
him
off.
right and proper, yeah.
Which also makes you wonder, if she can cause that much damage to him, does that mean that her weapon is made of angelic steel?
It's got the trident has to. It's either a hand-me-down from her father. In fact, it might just very well be. I mean, it's a trident. There's no other weapon in the arsenal that looks like it. You gotta understand that he probably kept that in safekeeping. to deal that damage to him with that. But also, again, she is of angelic bloodline, so she's got the divine muscle power to push that weapon, I suppose.
Well,
even if she is half angel.
Yeah, she's half angel, half human.
So Adam was definitely not, gotta remember, Adam, much like the rest of the Exorcists, fight with no defenses because they are imperceivably invincible. At least that's how they got spoiled on it. So there was, whenever they would do these yearly exterminations, they did it with just for harmless fun for them. So they never had to really do any actual combat training or being able to have some form of defensive guard because there was no point. They went down there, they did their job, and they went home. And they talked about it with the little childrens.
Had a smoothie, got a beer, did whatever.
Pretty much.
So she, in a rage, in anger, she stabs him in the arm, and just throws him against the window, which, as you can see, she did very. Obviously, she got more
on kid with Captain America than we first thought. The girl's got an arm on her.
Yeah, she's pretty strong because she cracked a window.
Well, the guy is also quite fat. I mean, come on, it's Adam.
Yeah.
His called, they got their bill.
Yeah, and his only response was, "Ow, that hurt, bitch." And as you can see, she's not too happy with him, and even corrects him on how to address her, saying that's Princess of Hell to him.
That's Princess of Hell to you, pig.
Yes. And in the meantime, Vaggie is still getting her ass beat.
I tell you, now, unlike Charlie, I think Luke is definitely just writing on fentanyl. She's speeding crazy.
Well, unlike Charlie's running on adrenaline right now.
She's out of her gourd.
Yeah, she's running on adrenaline right now. That much is for sure. So she then starts to threaten Vaggie, saying, "Before I kill you, I'm going to rip out your other eye, and then I'm going to go kill your girlfriend." Proceeding to stab her in the hand, which is just the moment that Vaggie needs to kick her off and grab hold of the weapon to switch sides. She sees a whole bunch of rocks above Lute. She leaps to the rocks, knocks him over. Lute sees them falling towards her just a little bit too late and gets crushed. But not crushed to the point where she's dead.
You could say she was disarmed.
So she gets crushed, but not crushed to the point where she's killed, just more like she's pinned to the ground.
Oh, yes. Obviously, there's an arm that's no longer going to be needed.
So she's expecting to be killed because there's no way in hell she wants to be beaten by Vaggie, who she sees as someone as lesser than her. She refuses any other treatment. But Vaggie pretty much says, "Screw you and your ego. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to give you that mercy that you want so bad." And then, which pisses off Luke because it's definitely not what she wants to hear. If anything, it's a blow to her ego.
It's a blow to whatever fragile psyche she has left, which is not much.
And then she takes off to go help Charlie. But Lute will not let this drop. She wants
Now,
her.
this is a sign. This is a sign that she's definitely on something, because I don't know if you know this. Ripping your arm off at the shoulder, that's not something that a normal person can do. It's just...
Yeah, but
There
it's
was
not
no
technically
jaws
the
of life,
shoulder.
there's no sword, there's no blade, nothing, nobody helping. With her own meth-fueled gumption and obsession, she rips her own arm off.
Well, it also wasn't exactly at. It also wasn't exactly at the shoulder.
No, but
Slightly
that would be
below.
worse. Yeah, that would actually be a little easier. But apples, oranges, it's still a very hard thing to do.
So as you can see, she rips her own arm off and chases after Baggy.
Congratulations, Lute. You have followed the path of the Skywalker clan.
So then we go up to see Charlie only to find out that the tables have turned. She is once again, she's not exactly in a very good position with Adam. And Baggy's on her way. She's just about to get to her to help her when Lute reaches her instead and knocks her down and pins her to the roof.
I like that detail with the bone sticking out. It was a nice touch.
Is it?
That's the bone.
I thought that was her wing.
No. From the arm.
Huh.
You see the sleeve, and that's obviously got to be a bone, I would think.
Looks like part. I'll have to look again. So Adam is about ready to kill Charlie. He's having his fun when, boom! Something comes and hits him from the side, and of course it is Daddy Dear.
Power scaling to the rescue!
Yeah, and he's there to rescue the daughter. Just in time on that too. The tiny king. Of course, it makes you wonder if you take off his hat, just how much shorter he'd be.
He's pretty darn short. It's like Vegeta. Almost bite-sized, really.
So Adam stands up after being hit, and you find that half of his mask is gone thanks to Lucifer. And he's not happy to see him at all. Then again, Lucifer stole 2 of his wives, so you wouldn't be happy to see him either. Anyways, so
long time no see, chum.
Yeah,
exactly. About 2,000 years.
It's so he confronts Lucifer, and Lucifer says, "You mess with my daughter, you mess with me. So I am here to fuck. I am here to fuck you." And everybody stops and just kind of looks at him like, what?
Just like even Adam, who's just like, wait a minute, huh?
Hold up. Wait a minute, something's not right. And even there, like when he's looking like that, the daughter's like, "Let's fuck you up, Dad." And he goes, "Huh?" And then next thing you know, while he's distracted because of his daughter, Adam tackles him, slams him right into a wall. And right when he's about to punch him and stuff, they really get into it. They really get into it. And Adam says, "You are the most hated person in existence." And Lucifer right there decides to rub it in by saying, "Well, your wife didn't think so, nor did your second. Bow chicka wow." Yeah, bow chicka wow wow. Which of course pisses Adam off to no end, to the point where he's going to do his Kamehameha. Just kidding. Or the equivalency of, he's going to do his he's gonna do his angel.
Quick, everybody, give me your energy.
Yes. He's gonna do his angel laser, and he did big time. He shoots
I'm
right.
a fun laser. You like that little callback? That was a good callback, wouldn't you say?
Yes. However, because he pissed off Adam so much, and Adam used his angel laser, he ended up slicing the hotel in half. And of course, Charlie was on the roof, and when he sliced it in half, Charlie went down with the hotel.
So much for the cockroach on 12.
And of course, Daddy Dear caught her just in time, only for her to realize Adam was coming in right behind him. And her father doesn't realize it, so she immediately, her arm all of a sudden just changes to this monstrous form, and she's able to catch his fist mid-punch, which in my opinion, if this bitch was able to do that in the first place, why didn't she?
I tell ya. Pacing.
So,
Charlie, I didn't know that you could transform into, a molten version of the Incredible Hulk and be able to stop divine attacks like that. So, it would have been nice to know.
yeah. So she stops his punch midair. He's shocked as hell. And of course that pisses Lucifer off, that, he tried to do something so low, but then again, it's Adam. So he turns around, bitch slaps him right onto the ground.
Of course he has a douchebag goatee. A neckbeard one at that. Neckbeard goatee. It's not even a full mustache. He's got one of those douchebag soul patches on his chin.
And you see Lucifer is now extremely, extremely, extremely pissed. He charges down onto Adam and just starts wailing on him, just starts beating the shit out of him, which I thought was kind of cool.
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Ha ha ha!
Until it finally comes to the point where he is on the verge of killing him. But instead of delivering the final blow, Charlie says, okay, he's had enough. Let him go. And he stands up, he gets out of the hole. Adam, of course, throwing a tantrum after he picks himself up, saying he's the whole reason man exists. They should be thanking him. All of mankind should be thanking him, and everybody's just kind of, they're sick of it. It's in one ear, out the other. They could care less about what.
Congratulations, you did your job, watermelon.
And then all of a sudden, something comes out from behind, and it
Ladies
is.
and gentlemen, the Atom Slayer!
Nifty! And everybody's surprised that it is Nifty. Of course, Baggy's going, cool. Because, she used to work for Adam. So seeing this, she thought it was cool as hell. Everybody else in the meantime, they're just shocked. But then again, can you really be that shocked considering Nifty's personality?
The thing I like about Nifty and Adam is they both do their job. The thing that I like more about Nifty is she doesn't complain about it.
Well, not only that, is also Nifty does her job well.
Mm-hmm.
She had one job, and she did it. He had one job, and he failed.
Stab, 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 stab.
And seeing this shocks all of hell, including Velvet, Vox, Valentino, who are all equally like, holy shit. And then, of course, you have Loot in the background. She's devastated. And you have Nifty, just the glorified look on Nifty's face.
Yeah, she is definitely rolling around like a pig in mud.
She's just enjoying herself. Blood, blood. Loot seeing the man that she loves. Ooh, how sweet. Is horrified. She flies over to Adam. Stumpy, that is. Stumpy flies over to Adam.
See, I told you it's a bone.
Either way, you know what? Stumpy is a better name for her. Especially given her current condition.
I would say Handsy, but yeah.
In season 1, she's Stumpy. She rolls him over, trying to see if he's okay. He's been stabbed through the chest, you stupid bitch. Of course he's not okay. Lucifer, he's had enough.
Get the hell out of my realm.
Please. He is exactly what he says. Take you, your friends, and get the fuck out of my home. Please. So they all leave. Same with Loot. Of course, Loot is carrying with her Adam's halo. But then, of course, you know, you can't finish off every episode until you reach the finale. The fight is over. Hell is won. So what's happened now? We find out.
They fixed the building with a song.
Well, not just that, but it is reported throughout all of hell. The extermination failed. We won. For once, it's been canceled. For once, Charlie and her crew weren't absolutely, totally, and utterly useless. Rosie hears about it. Rosie, the wonderful lady who provided them with the cannibal army, hears about it. She's absolutely thrilled. Gee, I wonder why.
Success.
She's absolutely thrilled. Velvet could care less. She's just on her phone watching everything. Valentino, also watching on TV, most likely could not care less. Everybody's trying to, including Vox, is trying to interview Nifty. And, well, we all know how Nifty handles being in front of a camera. She can't handle it at all. She just goes mute. Of course, Carmilla Carmine, who provided our wonderful protagonist with the weapons needed, she too is happy to see. She is happy
and she's about ready to make a lot of money in the angelic weapons market. That is very much so. She's about to make a lot of money for that, and she's also glad that they're successful in their little fight. However, Charlie starts to suffer from survivor's guilt over Pensius dying. And Lucifer is telling her, you know, why the frown? You've done more for hell. You've done more for hell than anybody here. And states that they're going to build a bigger and better hotel. And then, of course, the reprise of A Happy Day in Hell begins. As if we don't need it. We don't need this episode has. I mean, the song musically, because as somebody who plays piano, whenever I started reading the sheet music for this song without the lyrics, as a standalone piece without the lyrics, holds better than with the lyrics, if that makes sense.
But it is basically a reprise of A Happy Day in Hell. Just like with every song in this episode, it is basically a reprise of a song that's from a previous episode. So basically, it is a reprise of Happy Day in Hell, where they show them rebuilding the hotel, and then they show Vox and the V's come in, hinting that it's their turn. Alistair's missing. They're marking their next. They're marking their victims. They're saying, the future of hell is going to belong to us, which hints to season 2, which is about them. Which, of course, I will let you take care of for that, Alistair.
Things that I've seen.
But,
Terrible things.
Well, that's your own
Horrible
fault.
things.
That's your own fault.
I need a sanitarium by the time I'm done with this. Anyway, carry on.
So, but this reprise has a little bit of everything from certain characters. So you have a reprise. So you have add-ins from the V's saying the future of hell belongs to the V's. And then they go and show what happened to Alistair. And he's having his own little song. It's not quite part of Happy Day in Hell, but it is his own little reprise going on.
It's a breakdown.
Yes, it's a breakdown. Just like the V's had a breakdown, he's having his breakdown right now. And they show him walking over to his now destroyed radio station. And he's to say that he's upset is an understatement. He's upset because people are thinking that Mr. Alistair Altruist died for his friends. He's angry that people think that he's dead. And he goes, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's not how this ends. And he's having a bit of a breakdown because he has entered into a deal in which the person who holds his soul is adding a bit too much to him. And it's starting to make him snap just a bit. And he's trying to figure out if is there a loophole? Can I find a loophole? There must be a loophole through my deal. And then begins to make plans saying, because once he once he finds a way out of his deal, he'll be the one pulling the strings. He'll be the one in charge, or at least that's what he thinks. What he plans, and of course that is a very, very, very spooky shadow. What he intends on doing, we will not know. Probably not even till season 3.
I'll never tell.
So then they go back to the hotel and they start up with the Happy Day in Hell reprise again. And the hotel has been, it's finished, it's been remade. They have...
They even slapped the Titanic on the side of the thing.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, if you got a shot of the HAZBIN Hotel Mark II, it's the Titanic, or at least a ship that's of similar design. It's ancient cruise liner.
Well, they have a monument for Serpentis up. And in the background, you can see a monument for Razzle as well. And then, of course, it comes to the end of the song. Everyone's happy with the exception of Husker and Lucifer because Alistair has reappeared. Gee, I wonder why. And of course, ending chorus, and it'll be a happy fucking day in hell. And there
See the ship?
Huh?
See the ship? On the left side? On the right side there?
Right side, left side.
That's the ship.
Oh. Okay. So they get, so they pan out of the hotel, and then they switch to heaven, where Sarah and M obviously still upset with each other. All of a sudden, in comes Penchus. He's just all of a sudden just poof appears in heaven. He turns around. He has no idea where he is. He says hello. Sarah is shocked, and Emily is over the moon because she now knows that Charlie's hotel works. And Sarah...
From a certain point of view, it works.
Yeah. And Sarah, on the other hand, she's not too thrilled. She's more along the lines of, how the hell did you get here?
That's a lot of paperwork. A hell of a lot of paperwork.
But then that's unfortunately, though, that's not where it ends. We see Lute once more coming up to a nice little sunny beach, walking up to a woman in a hat with long blonde hair in a golden beach chair. And she drops Adam's halo in front of her and says, your deal with Adam is done. I'm in charge now. You are going to go down to hell, and you are going to stop that little bitch of yours. And when she says that little bitch of yours, that is basically, if you can't figure it out by now, she's talking to Lilith. And putting a stop to Charlie's plans. And as she says this, Lilith, as you can see, is not happy. She does not like being threatened. So, yeah, and that's where they leave season 1, with Lilith being threatened, being told to go down to stop Charlie. Penchus in heaven. What are we going to do with him? And Charlie, the V's also have plans. Alistair has plans, and of course, Charlie has a new hotel, and hell is now able to defend itself against exorcisms in the future. But question is also, will there be any future exorcisms? So now to get to overall scoring for, first of all, what are your pros and cons? What did you think of this particular episode?
The show definitely needs to not be at 8 episodes, for one. Somebody who is very hyper, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to describe Vivian Madrano. Hyper imaginative, and to the point to where she has all of this content and all of this storytelling that she wants to do, combined with what Amazon has put before her. 8 episodes a season. Final cut. 8 episodes a season. We can't do no more, no less. Even season 2 is going to have only 8 episodes. It's difficult because she tries to throw in so much in such a small time frame that if you were to watch an episode and then go to the bathroom and come back with the episode still playing, you would have absolutely no idea where you are. Like something else is completely different, something else has happened. You got the B plots, the C plots, the D plots. That people forget about the A plot. Forget about the main plot.
So do you think...
It's like the Avengers. It's like Avengers Endgame, where everybody had like 2 minutes of screen time. But somehow, if you've not done your homework, if you don't know anything about the lore of the world, and the world building and the storytelling, casual viewers aren't going to come into this and go, well, what the hell am I watching? What am I seeing? And when you put exposition into a musical number, musicals are good and all, but if you want to use music for exposition, you shouldn't do it with literally every damn song. Like, the courtroom song, for example. Everything was dropped in a musical number for the entire cusp of the episode. The penny that dropped about Vaggie being an angel, on top of how do we deal with somebody who is trying to be redeemed with angel dust. Like, it's all in a musical number, and it's like a 2-minute number. And we're supposed to just sit there and digest all the information in 2 minutes. It's definitely designed for a crowd where attention spans aren't long anyway, and that's the reason why I think that's one of the biggest flaws for the show. If the show were better paced and padded out better, and the music wasn't just used as expedition dumps, it would rate higher for me. Unfortunately, with all of the cons, the animation is pretty solid. I do like the animation styles, the strong angles, the vivid colors, the character designs, the exaggerated features. It is very much a callback to older style animations where cartoons could be a little bit more exaggerated, less realistic, and still come off as believable, if that, outside of the suspension of the disbelief. So the animation is quite nice. The voice acting is quite good.
So what would you give 8?
8? It was a good finale. It was a good finale. I'll give episode 8 a solid 8.
Okay. So for the pilot, we ended up giving it an 8 out of 10. For episode 1, a 5 out of 10. For episode 2, we gave it a 7 out of 10. Episode 3 got an 8 out of 10. 4 got a 6 out of 10. Episode 5 got a 7 out of 10. Episode 6 got a 6 out of 10. 7 got an 8 out of 10. And episode 8 got an 8 out of 10. So continue with your overall feelings of the season of the show.
Like I said, long story short, the cons were pacing. Pacing, exposition dumping, using songs incorrectly for rules of a musical. If you look at some of the classical musicals, like, say, Rent, for example, or The Wizard of Oz, for example, or Cats even. Cats don't even have as much exposition dumping in their musical numbers. Musical numbers are supposed to be an interlude in between scenes of a musical to establish what the characters are feeling, not what the characters are doing. Now, what is happening here with the music in this season, and unfortunately, season 2 is also suffering this same fatigue, which we're not going to discuss right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one, again, they're keeping with the style of exposition dumping in musical numbers. And so these songs end up becoming disjointed, they're not connected, and they act as a scene in themselves. Now, I get the draw that a song is an earworm. Now, as far as, like, from the musical arrangements, again, as a musician, obviously, as somebody who has played piano for quite a long time, if you separate the lyrics from the music is tip-top. Like, the sounds are earworms. It's catchy. It's definitely good music, but the lyrics drag it down. The lyrics drag it down from the artistic premise that they're trying to create, and so they break a rule in musicals where, again, musical interludes, song interludes should be how the characters feel, not what the characters are doing or what the characters are finding out. It should just be a reflection and what the prior scene has brought our cast into, or whatever scene is leading up to how characters feel before we go to the next scene. They act as intermissions and interludes. They don't act as transitions from one scene to another. I think they misunderstood the assignment. But again, that's the biggest flaw. The pacing, the saturation of characters is another big issue. And I really feel like if Amazon weren't such dicks with deadlines, and they let Vivi pace herself better, have a little bit more creative control, it would be a lot better. Now, if you look at Hell of a Boss on YouTube, those are properly paced. Hell of a Boss is properly paced. It's not everything at once in your face. We only have 8 episodes to do this thing. They're even doing like side shorts and like one shots and things that bridge into their canon at a leisurely pace, because she still has creative control over that studio. Though despite the announcement that Hell of a Boss is joining Amazon, I have a feeling they also might be suffering the same fate in the very near future.
From what I understand from those who watch Hell of a Boss, they already have.
So it's deadlines versus creativity is production hell. It's a tale that is old as time, and many shows suffer for it. Look at Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty suffers from it heavily. When they changed their writing team and tried to turn it into a serialized, over-canonized saga instead of the one-shot by one-shot episode where a bunch of guys are standing around and improvising in a recording booth and they animate an episode around it, it lost its charm. It lost its charm. Serialization is the bane of creativity, and the show, as much as I love the world, obviously I would not be here in this instance of manifestation if I didn't have a core passion for the characters therein, at least with this one. I want to give HAZBIN Hotel a chance, and I'm going to go through it till the end of the line. It doesn't mean that I'm going to like it. If they could just pull their heads out of their collective asses and renegotiate the contract to where creativity could be shown at a better pace, the show would have higher marks. But unfortunately, due to the expedited attitudes of the program, I have to rate the overall season 1 a 6, slightly above average. They could do a lot better. They just need to take their time. But those are my final thoughts on the matter. Animation, solid voice acting, solid characters, designs, perfect, sharp, angular, easy to look at, colorful, vivid. The lowbrow humor has, merits chuckles. But it's just the pacing. It's like they're on speed or crank. Perhaps both. Your thoughts?
For me, season 8... not season 8, episode 8. I think that much like episode 7, it was better paced. You had part 1, which was Hell's getting ready, and then part 2 you had Heaven. You had part 1, which was Heaven and Hell getting ready, and then you had part 2, which was the fight. And then you had part 3, which was the finale. What I did not like was the music.
It was just improperly placed. It wasn't operated.
Not only was it improperly paced, it wasn't needed, because all it was it was just one. Each one was a reprise of a song from an earlier episode, which we don't need to hear. If you want to tell us this kind of stuff, then tell us this kind of stuff. You don't need to sing it. If you want to sing it, save the song for the very, very end. Episode 8 did not need it. So that was one thing. I mean, other than that, I mean, like the fight scenes were good. I wish that the fight scene between Alistair and Adam was a bit longer. I wish the fight scene between Charlie and Adam was a bit longer. I would have liked to have seen her kick more ass. Same with Baggy versus Loot. That's also something I would have really liked to see. And I would have liked to have seen the cannibals themselves as they fight, because, you know, they taught them how to fight. They gave them weapons. I would have liked to have seen some of the sinners themselves as they fight. Same with the other same with the other people that are in the hotel. I would have liked to have seen that. I would have to say it's due to all that stuff that went on, though. Due to all the things that I would have liked to have seen, but they left out so much that they could have done. I mean, there was a lot of stuff they could have done in that episode that would have made it so much better, but they left out. So I can't help but bring it to maybe a 5.
So you're sitting on average, period.
I'm sitting on, this is being generous.
Oh, you're highballing it to average.
So yeah, this is me being generous right here, because it had a lot, and I mean it had a lot of potential, but they failed it.
It still does.
Yeah, it had
They just
that
need
episode.
to come to a better agreement.
The episode had a lot of. It had a lot of potential, but I think you said what you said you gave it what would you get? You
A
gave
6. I think it was a 6.
Yeah. For your sake, I'll bring it up to a 5.5. How's that?
That's fair. But then you're obviously highballing it. Don't be ashamed of your opinion just because I'm here.
I just want to keep you know, I think it's, but there's a lot. It had so much potential, and they failed.
And like I said, it still does.
Yeah,
it's like a bumblebee trying to leave the living room. You know, like in the summer, a bug, a wasp or a bee gets in the living room, and they're trying just to find a way out, but all they can do is just bounce on the ceiling.
Yeah, and
it's
really
where they're at creatively, and not necessarily creatively, but logistically. The creativity is there, obviously.
Yeah, the creativity is there. The creativity is there, but they need to get Amazon needs to get their head out of their ass and just let them do their job. I think overall, I mean, I'd give this episode, like I said, I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10 in consideration of you, as a total. But I think what could have helped this show and what they really need, because season 2 right now, I just want to say, is suffering heavily from the same problems.
It is, unfortunately.
And if anything, it's suffering worse than season 1.
Reprisals are becoming episodic.
And so, yeah, I've already dropped out of interest for it. I'm just kind of watching it now to see what happens. But
because the story at the end of the day is still engaging. We want to know things. We have more. I like to compare. Now, obviously, Gravity Falls is the superior animated program on all box. But what Gravity Falls did that got so many people interested, and why it's still a cult classic to this day, is the overall mystery of it. The fact that the audience had to figure out the clues. The audience was always hanging on a note to wanting an answer, to finding an answer, to finding all of the secrets. Hazbin Hotel's biggest draw is the exact same thing. They want to know what's going to happen at the end of all of this. That is what keeps the audience engaged. That is the one thing that I can say that Hazbin Hotel does right, is they do know how to hang you on a cliff for a good long while. After that, it's
now,
quite a drop-off.
And right now, in season 2, the only thing that people are actually even curious about is you.
Me?
Yes.
And Vincent.
Not so much Vincent, but primarily you. People want to know more about what's up with you because you've been given more information. A lot of people don't give a damn about anything else that's going on other than the song Gravity. But as you would say,
Gravity's an earworm. I heard a metal remix of it. Oh my god.
But as you would say, I digress. The overall point of view for the season 1 that I think the artwork is interesting. But then again, I've seen it before. It reminds me.
It's an older cartoon style. It's very much reminiscent to Looney Tunes. That era.
It very much reminds me of some of the characters, like Charlie and stuff. Her character reminds me of The Amazing World of Gumball. Okay.
Yeah, with the feline features. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these characters.
I think she's more of a goat, like.
A lot of these characters they're definitely different as far as they're drawn, but some of them are poorly drawn while others are just unique.
Vox has a very interesting character model.
Yes, Vox has a very interesting, unique Valentino. Of course, you have Carmilla. Hers is interesting. Rosie, Zestial.
The Overlords seem to have gotten a lot of the attention.
Yes, the Overlords.
Osk has a lot of attention.
But design-wise for the characters, some of them I've seen a lot of, and I tire of. Others are unique, and I like.
Like case in point, Katie Killjoy, not really their best work, or Tom Trench. As much as I like Tom Trench's character as voice actor, but like,
well, funny thing is Tom Trench's voice actor is the same voice actor as Alistair.
I know. It's crazy. What a small world.
The voice acting, as we just brought up, Katie Killjoy, I'm sorry, her voice is annoying as hell. Even though I know it's voiced by a guy, it's voiced by the guy who plays Blitz from Hell of a Boss.
Yeah, it's Theo is silent.
So she is probably one of the most annoying characters, aside from Charlie.
Charlie's just stupid. There's ignorant, and then there's plain stupid.
Charlie is the type of person that...
There's moments where Charlie is in the know and talks like she's in the know and talks like she has common sense, but every action that she does
is immature.
Completely against common sense.
Yes, she's for however old she is, she is immature. She lacks common sense. She's dumb as a doornail. She's the type of person that you'd walk up to and say, "Hey, did you know Gullible's up on the ceiling?" And she'd look up on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And your
shoelaces are untied. She doesn't even wear tennis shoes. She'd still look down.
Yes, exactly. She is absolutely a complete and total moron. I mean,
total moron.
I mean, the slightest, even in everybody, it doesn't matter who it is, everybody tells her, hey, this is a bad idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. She goes out there with a happy-go-lucky face, goes, I can do it. And then what does she do? She fails and makes things worse. Alistair even points this out to her. In episode 7. Yeah, even in episode 7, Alistair even points that out to her.
You're in over your head, dear. You might want to take a few steps back and let the adults do the talking.
Yeah, exactly. And she's a very annoying character. I don't like Vaggie in the slightest.
Vaggie just seems to be the what's the word? The dynamic between the two is more like this. The entirety of the plot of HAZBIN Hotel, and this has become quite evident in season 2, is based on Charlie's dumb decision-making. Like, the story would not need to continue if a certain individual would just shut up and listen. What Vaggie's role is the person that puts the fires out after Charlie makes them. So you get a very paper-thin character depth between the two of them, where you got Charlie making a dumb mistake, Vaggie cleaning it up, Vaggie telling Charlie that everything's gonna be okay, Charlie being reinforced by Vaggie telling her that everything's gonna be okay, and then fucking up again.
Yeah, and then again,
over and over again.
Yeah, and then even then, though, is Vaggie, she's supposed to be the voice of reason. She'll say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And what's Charlie? She's already in the process of doing it. She no matter what, she will not listen. Vaggie, she's a very paper thin character.
Because all she does is put the fires out.
Yes, she doesn't really
put the fires out.
Yes, she doesn't really do anything in particular that's actually that you would actually say is important.
The plot hinges on Charlie being that bumblebee in the living room trying to find its way out and failing.
The only time
and over again.
The only time Vaggie is in the slightest bit important is in episode 6, where you find out that she is an old
fallen angel. Yeah,
is a fallen angel. That is the only time where you're kind of like, oh, okay, she's cool now. But other than that, she's that one character who they try to treat as, oh, she's the badass bitch. Everybody like her. When that's really not the case. She is not a badass bitch. You don't have to like her. There's nothing likable about her, in my opinion. Angel Dust.
Angel's growing on me.
Angel Dust is pretty cool. He's definitely a victim of circumstance. And he has a story that is starting to grow. As far as Nifty goes, I've liked Nifty since the beginning. Nifty's awesome.
See, Nifty, while also quite paper thin, is still a paper thin character done right. So, for anybody who's watched, let's just say that her nationality finally reveals itself in grand crescendo, and that really was the highlight of a certain episode.
That was hilarious.
See, that's just it. There's parts, the potential's there. And that's what keeps us interested. Because we want to get to know these characters, and we want to get to know these characters at a slower pace. I think that's probably their marketing angle. It's like, what if we just dangle this bit here and dangle that bit there? We'll keep them hooked and interested because it's like the Gravity Falls fandom whenever they were throwing out ciphers and glyphs and codexes and going, hey, solve this riddle. You know you'll be back for the next episode because we'll have more for you to solve the next riddle. I really think that might be one of their marketing angles, and it's definitely working because despite the many flaws that this show has, that we just keep coming back. We
Yeah,
keep
and
coming back.
and another thing that you said is it's the pacing. If Amazon were to give them time to do more episodes instead of just 8 episodes, so they can focus each episode focus on one particular topic instead of taking us into way too many different directions. If they can just let her focus on what she needs to do per episode and make the pacing better, that would make the score for the show better. Right now, what's keeping the show on TV is the fans, not the show and its content itself, but the fans.
It's the viewer numbers.
Yes, exactly. It is the fans themselves that want to see particular characters. They don't give a damn about what the show is about anymore. They just want to see their characters. That is it. And
and you wonder why I've roped the role.
So yeah, I mean the colors and stuff that they have for Hell is very interesting. The humor is very dark, which
it's
I'm
either dick humor or toilet humor. Let's be real. It's very lowbrow.
Yes. It's very
lowbrow. Toilet
simple.
humor.
It's simple. It's simple-minded. It can be dark, but it can also be very toilet humor. A lot of cussing, and I don't know about you, but cussing is not humor in my book. Cussing is just cussing.
There was a saying that says that a man can gauge one's intelligence by how many vulgarities they use, and by that I mean emotional intelligence. If you're using vulgarities with every other word, if you're going out of your way to say, all of the naughty words, if you're going, then you're emotionally not going to be that mature. Now, if for somebody who is intellectually secure with themselves, and they go into a cussing tirade, it's usually like 1 in a million. And then at that point, that's whenever, because a cuss word or a slur is supposed to just be an oversimplification of an emotionally driven protest or response to something that is happening to their person. An intellectual, whenever they finally snap and have a rant, and then they go through the 13 words that you certainly shouldn't say, once in a blue moon, that gauges actual intelligence. But for those edgelords out there on the internet, and you find folks over there in VR chat who know exactly who you are, I'm watching you. Let's just say that it's unbecoming to constantly use foul language from an emotional standpoint, and it makes you look unbecoming as a result.
But anywho, I mean, they have a lot. It's I'm glad that they have 4 seasons, which means each season offers them a chance to get better. So far,
Viv wants 8 seasons or 9. How many seasons did? Oh no, she wanted 5. I think it was 5, wasn't it?
Right now they have 4.
No, I'm talking about how many she personally wants is the issue.
I think she said she wanted as many as she could get.
Oh, that is the wrong answer. That is the wrong answer. You need to, when you're story creating like this, you need to have the ending of the book in mind constantly. How do you want to end it?
Yeah. She said that Lilith is a slow burn character.
May not get any screen time at all if they don't fix their issues. Because the fandom, like I said, one of my newest ventures is I'm starting to entertain in the VR chat circles. And of course, I'm hitting the HAZBIN communities quite hard. And a lot of the conversations that I've overheard while I'm broadcasting through my little radio, yes, literally the little radio on the show, is there are a lot of people that are getting quite fed up. The fandom is not going to pack your show forever, folks. Take notes. I have it from the streets. Get better. Oh, you're not going to be able to finish your story the way you wanted to. Vivzy,
Yeah.
this is my message to you. Tell Amazon to give you some leeway, or you're going to sink.
Well, as far as they go, she says that season 3 is already complete. They just need to animate. Which does not tell me a good thing, which is not a good sign. They really really needed to take more time. They should have asked Amazon, for some time to because if they had more time, if they had a chance to do more episodes, I really think that their pacing could have been better and the show would have ended up better. And they also needed to develop their characters a bit more, and they really needed to do something about those songs. As good as some of those songs were, we don't need reprises of every single damn song. I'm sorry, we don't. Give us something new.
Good for the piano fans, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely good for the piano fans. As for the season, my score, I would have to say,
It's
would
5.5,
be
yeah?
no. I would agree with a 6 out of 10.
Oh, so you're raising it up to a 6. I thought we had already covered that mine was 6, yours was 5.5.
No, that was for the episode.
Oh, okay.
For the overall season is what I just...
Slightly above average, yes. The 6 is what I had mentioned.
Yes. So this one gets A for effort.
Better luck next time. And
Yeah.
already, since we're halfway through it, you're gonna need it.
Yeah, A for effort. I'll throw you a bone. Here you go.
I tell you, like I said, this new venture in VR chat, I'm hearing what people are talking, and they are not happy.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing in season 2, they're making the same mistakes as season 1, and if anything, they're making them worse. I mean, episode. I'm gonna wait until you cover your episodes for it.
Still working on them. I want to make sure that they're prim and proper. They're actually going to be quite scripted because I want them to be 10-minute long videos. A pop.
So yeah, I have to say A for effort. I'll throw them a bone for that one. But yes, that's. I wish them luck. I really do, because they need it. They seriously need it, and it's not just your VR chat rooms that I'm hearing. They're going down. I'm hearing it from a lot of people, from stores that sell a lot of their stuff. I'm hearing it from people who are big HAZBIN fans that make videos on them and such. They're not happy, especially with season 2.
Well, yeah, it's unfortunate. The fan art speaks for itself. Lord knows I've discovered some less than ideal parcels.
As far as I've seen, as far as season 2 goes, the only positive things that I have heard on a regular basis, and I mean on a regular basis, and that people want to hear more of, is the earworm Gravity. People adore that song.
It's a banger, as the kids like to call them.
And they want to see more of Rosie, Alistair, and Vox and his deal. They want to know more about Alistair's deal. That seems to be the only things that people are interested right now about for season 2. So they need to step up their game. This Lilith slow burn is not going to help them. They really should have brought her down for season 2, if anything. But yeah, I'll give them a 6 out of 10. I mean, for first season, hopefully it'll improve. But at least the first season's better than how the second season started. I mean, Adam and Alistair were probably my two favorite characters from the season.
Agreed.
Because the voice actor for Adam was the only one in this that was allowed to ad-lib. And he did a damn good job ad-libbing. And most of the stuff he ad-libbed was during the song. Heaven and Hell, or whatever it was called. But yes, people out there who watch this video, I recommend watching the pilot first more than anything. I know that song, More Than Anything, is not in there, but the reprisal for More Than Anything is in the final episode.
The final episode's reprisal was kind of a reprisal for, it was an ensemble series of reprisal. I saw, it wasn't just Happy Day. I think More Than Anything was also in it. And
no, it was a reprisal. Every song that was in the final episode was nothing more than a reprisal from a previous episode.
Yeah. Do better, Amazon, or you're going to lose your cash cow. Because Guinness called. This show is on demand, but only for so long. You have a cash cow. You're milking it incorrectly.
Very much so. So I highly recommend people who don't have Amazon watch the pilot and check out the comic that is on YouTube. The comic done by Basic and Black Python, or Paranoid DJ. This
is a fandom project, truly. Some of the best songs are not from officials. They're from DJ Paranoid and Basics and a few others.
Well, DJ Paranoid, the comic was an official Disney comic. However, DJ Paranoid did do a vocal cover for it. And I highly recommend those of you who are watching the video checking out that comic.
Even I might even take a stab at it, because, I mean, it's me. At least the first chapter's about me.
Because because it is a very, very, very good comic. The pilot is amazing. There's a few songs for Alistair that pretty much follows his history by Basic. One is called Upside Down. One is called Daisies, and another one is called Insane. And then I have a personal favorite of mine, Smile If You Mean It. So,
all 4 songs I'm learning on keys.
But yes, even Angel has his own comic as well. So check those out on YouTube. Check out the series on Amazon. Form your own opinion. Let us know what you think. And have a very, 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 very fun time doing whatever it is you do. Again, thanks for watching the video.
On the outro. Well done. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for getting to the end of this video. We appreciate your patronage as well as giving SCOOBYPUP her watch hours. Let's go ahead and go over our list of channel members as a special thanks for our growing of this channel. The individuals in line are the following: Bendover 580, Kagawana, Shells, Hypnotic Rapture, Kyle Zaba, Your Barmy, Atlas 88, Freakin' Sweet 84, Backbone EJ8, Tony Down Under, Valkyria Winter, Fox Hills, Dark Exile, June Cool, Horror with Nads, DJ, Yosto, Zombie Box Reviews, Flint's Nest, Hypnotic, Lock PSB, Chaotic Neutral, JR, Gooch, Rodimus Supreme, The Devil Max, Theta of the Grid, Rex Victim, Peter JT, Blaze 2000, Terrace House Sky, Shield Wall of Dragons, Olden, Soul Reaper 2078, The Voiced Protagonist, Rye Valkyrie, Dragon Master Zero, Dwayne Pipe, Orphan Zane, Casey's Creepy Creations, James OP, Zolosi, and Trunks 0404. Thank you all for being channel members, and we hope that you stay tuned to the next broadcast. Thank you.